Tell me what's going on your property.
The Highway of Heroes tribute is planting 7,750 trees.
How did it get to be?
Well, we had the property and heard about the cause, and I'm very passionate about the soldiers that have sacrificed anything, their time, their lives, and all that in between. And my son was an Afghan veteran, so it seemed like a really good idea. And aside from that, the trees give a buffer from the 401. I'm a tree lover. I'm a huge tree lover. Couldn't live without trees. So the fact of getting them, a lot of them, for a good cause, and it just seemed to fall together.
Where did you see? Did you say you saw it in an ad? Is that where you saw the?
You know what? I don't really remember. I think I was just flipping through a magazine at some point, and I saw it. So then I Googled it, and it came up with the contact information, and that was about 3.5 years ago. And contacted the people that are running the cause and got it organized.
How many acres?
The property is just a hair over 30 acres. We've got probably about 11 acres planted in trees.
Do you know what kind?
There are red pine, white pine, spruce, and some oak. Tell
me about, you lived here obviously when the Highway Heroes was started, if I can say, or I don't want to say started.
Yeah, I bought this property in '97, made a horse property out of it. That's a condition I have that I haven't been able to get rid of and haven't tried very hard. Anyway, in 2003, Buck and I built the house here, and we've been here ever since. And so yeah, the Highway of Heroes started
2002.
I was going to say 2002.
Yeah.
And Sean's first tour, which was Bosnia actually, was 2002. So when the motorcades went through initially, obviously they were well advertised and I knew about them, but it was just too emotional for me to go to the bridges to support. In my heart I supported, but my emotions wouldn't let me do that piece of it. So I'd saddle up a horse and go out to the MTO fence and stand there, and the motorcades would go through.
Tell me about, if you can, tell me about one special time you went there with your horse and then you met somebody that brought it all together.
Nathan Hornberg was killed in Afghanistan in September of 2008. He was a very close friend of my son.
It's okay.
And not knowing Nathan, I never met Nathan, but I saddled my horse and went to the MTO fence, and his family went through with the motorcade. They were from Nanton, Alberta, and Calgary, and hadn't been to this part of the country. It's I don't think that the general public has any idea how stressful. Obviously, it's extremely stressful to lose your soldier child in combat or whatever, but it's hard to lose a child anytime. But in addition, you're traveling to a place you don't know, people you don't know, do things that you've never, ever, ever had any practice at. And so they're really overwhelmed when they go through. Anyway, so I was sitting on my horse when Nathan's family went through with the motorcade. And if you fast forward in 2015, my son Sean married an awesome girl, Courtney. And of course I was at the wedding, and so was Michael Hornberg, Nathan's dad, who has since passed away. But I did a speech at my son's wedding, and in that speech I talked about his military service. And Michael came up to me afterwards and introduced himself, and he said to me, at this point we talked enough about, he knew where I lived and whatever, and Nathan was a horse lover, and so we talked horse, and so Michael said to me that when they were doing the motorcade, he said the people at the bridges were extremely supportive, and he felt really inspired by how Canadians came together to support the lost soldiers, but he said that as they were going through, he saw this woman sitting by the 401 fence on her horse, and I said, that was me. I said, was it a white Appaloosa horse? And he said, yes, and I said, that was me. He said, you had on a red saddle blanket. Yeah. And he said that that meant so much to him that the horse was there on Nathan's final journey.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. They what's this mean to you then to have these trees? Like you say, you're a tree lover, but what's this mean to you? Right here we are, right beside the Highway of Heroes. This is it's pretty special. I always say with the highway, some things just come together, and this seems to be a perfect fit for you.
You said it way better than I could have. Absolutely perfect fit for me. A tribute, something that'll be here for years and years to come. I've heard so many of the Silver Cross mums say that, and also the soldiers that are still with us have said that, you know, they want to be sure that their comrades and their children didn't go in vain, and they didn't. This tribute will be here for as long as the planet's here, probably.